Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. We are here checking out a new map. Of course, it is a Tuesday. Called Sharon Center, Ohio. And of course, because I'm from Ohio, you know I gotta check out these maps. Just looking at the description here off of kingmods.net. Welcome to Sharon Center, Ohio, based on a real location in the heartland of America. This map tries to capture the area how it used to be before farmland gave way to housing developments. Enjoy simply farming or using one of the many open areas to place whatever you want. 14 fields, 20 viable areas. There are 3 farms located around the map, and all buildings on them are able to be sold. So what you see here, and what you don't see just yet, we should be able to sell everything. And you'll see that in the next video. Just a little teaser. Custom crops by several different people, it looks like. Well, hold on. Sorry, I'm reading this kind of for the first time. Again, it's been a while. Custom crops by Val's Agrar. I'll try to make sure I remember to link them down below. But let's see here. The custom crops are field grass, silage corn, and vetch rye. V as in Victor. VETCH rye. RYE. There's 2 sell points, dairy and grain mill productions, and plenty of areas to build. Plus, you get free water at the water tower, which is kind of over there. Just kind of sitting here chilling next to dirty, I'm assuming, hopefully clean laundry. Yeah, so the only field we have is this guy here, which we have already harvested. It had wheat on it. It does need plowed, does need lime. And of course, as you can see, there's plenty of weeds. We do have a nice little garage over here with our standard pickup. Oh yeah, this is one that you gotta go inside to open up. Yeah, we got a nice International Series 200 with a toolbox on the back. I do like the way this truck looks. Red is a nice color for that. Of course, we have one of the standard farmhouses. No interior, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And this should be just the standard weather. So I don't know, because the description doesn't say anything as far as custom weather for it. So like this little bit of fog that you see hanging around around the grass, I'm almost 100% certain that is farm sim, like basic farm sim. So because I have very few mods added in, I have the DLCs plus power mods, and one that allows me to see what we own in the store. And aside from that, and obviously the map itself, I don't have any other mods available or active. So as you can see here, the only ones that I have purchased that you don't get when you start off as a new farmer is the pickup truck, or not pickup truck, semi truck, the International LT515. No, I don't want to sell that. And our Super B trailer. I bought that because of the massive field that we just harvested. When I say massive, well, let's come over here and take a look, see just how much we actually have in our silo. Let's see here if I can read that right. Where'd it go? There it is. 240,921 liters we got off of that. Let's go take a look at the harvest map. It was not a good harvest, plain and simple. So that is our yield map. Again, it is what it is. I'm not complaining too much, but you can kind of definitely tell where that loam is definitely the better thing to be planting in, but yeah. So I did actually go through and I didn't do any bales. So you can kind of see, you know, some of the spots that basically when you spread the chaff, it kind of puts a little bit of fertilizer or nitrogen, apparently in this case, back into the field. Not much, but just enough apparently. So, like I said, I do have precision farming. Nothing actually in these sheds, because everything is actually over here underneath this awning. We're definitely going to be swapping out silo systems, plain and simple. It's not a bad silo system, but I have a farm near where I live. Well, several farms, but they have kind of like what I've tried to use quite often. The one that has like the silo system, like they've added to it over the years, and the drive is actually in the middle of everything. That's kind of what I'm used to seeing around here, to be honest. But yeah, this is the only set up right here that does not come when you start in new farmer mode. Everything else, including the pickup truck, is part of your new game, your new file, whatever you want to call it. We have the white 8810. We do have a Solitaire 10 Lemkin planter, seeder thing. Cultivator here is the Vaderstad Extreme 1425, I think. If I'm looking at my numbers here right. We do have this, and I could have easily used this for the grain wagon, but I kind of like using a semi instead. No offense, Crampy. J&M cart is part of it. The J&M Extended Reach 1112, which we do have attached to our Massey Ferguson 9S.425. This is a nice little combination, though I think sometimes that when that gets full, this struggles just a little bit. So just an FYI. So we do have a corn header, grain header, all for our Massey Ferguson 7360. So you know the drill. I will try to keep this more of a Massey Ferguson situation. And that is a lot of what I tend to see if it's not John Deere around me anyway. See a case every once in a while, to be honest, but mostly it seems to be I see a lot of Massey Ferguson and John Deere. We have this Bridal K105 spreader, which we need to get that out in the field, go get lime and get it in that field. And we do have a Kinsey seeder 4905 Blue Drive. So it's been a while since I've used this particular seeder, planter, whatever you want to call it. For a second, I thought it was sunken in the ground. And as far as what we have to fill, we have these guys over here. These two, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, both of these are seeds. I did purchase the seed to fill, so we're looking at 27,300 liters for both. This one, I believe, is lime? No, solid fertilizer, 60,000 liters. And this is our lime station at 60,000 liters. So we have the lime and what we need to do our planting on the field just fine. Let's come in here. What I think I'm going to do actually is buy this field and then this field. So that way around our house is our farmland. And they have everything set up. Let me get over here to this. So when you buy, there really isn't like a spot where you can't plant type of deal. I mean, even over here, it connects straight up. There are a few spots. Like here, you do have a gas station here, the Route 66 or Route 66, depending on how you want to call it. Gas station, you cannot buy that. So there are a few spots. Over here, you can't really buy any of that. Those are homes, so maybe, do some contracts as far as mowing goes. Another place you can't buy, but I'm sure that's that's the animal dealer. Then looks like places where you can buy. Yeah. The shop is actually right here. So having your farm here makes it really handy. And I believe the water tower in question is over here. We're going to do a flyby around the map. We do have a small town center over here with a few other buildings and whatnot. That looks to be an open spot where if you want to build, again, we're going to take a look, see what's over there, maybe make it sense of, you know, if you want to start your farm there or over here, you can buy these areas separately too. So maybe you need to expand your area and you don't want to dig into your fields to do so. That's a good spot. It's standard size map. So if you're going to do multiplayer with it, you're going to be feeling rather cozy with your people that you're playing with. So let's activate flight mode. So we're looking to the west. And that is north there. So you can kind of get a layout of just how big these fields are in relation to our farm. It's a very simple farmyard. I do want to change that to make it not so simple. But with this, these fields are massive. We are going to be looking at some decent size of equipment. So we'll see what I can do as far as keeping things massy. Maybe we'll do Massey and Big Bud. I do have a few Big Buds available for mods. And this is kind of what I was talking about over here. You got a row of homes. And the traffic on this map seems kind of stupid because over here they like to try to pass and then head on into other cars. So there's usually, when I was harvesting this, there's usually backup of cars over here because of that reason. I almost turned off AI vehicles because of that. We do have a couple of different access points to our fields. Well, not our fields yet. This field over here, we just have the one quote-unquote access point, but because it is my field, I went right over the grass over here. So this is the Route 66 gas station. Whoa, slow down there. Nice little gas station, which does work. You can have a fill point there. And this is a groceries and general wares. Is this a sell point? No. But if you have the mods, you can always make it a sell point. Cheating! Got a little decent sized field over here. Yeah, most of these fields, as you can tell, are big. This is our water fill point if you need it. Let's go check out downtown. Looks like a factory there. That's probably... Yeah, that's the dairy place. So if you're doing cattle, you have a place to sell your milk. And we have a nice little gazebo. I forget what these are actually called when they're that big. But yeah, a nice little area for town outings, things like that. Not exactly a roundabout, but I guess it's close for what they can do in Farming Sim. Okay, that's trippy. I get why they did it, but I don't like it. I really don't. I get it, but I don't like it. Hardware Bob. And it's a cow wearing a hat. Okay. Cotton and Oaks Antiques. Again, if you have the right mod, I believe I have a Place Anywhere mod, so I could theoretically make these be, you know, someplace where you can sell cotton if you were doing cotton or, you know, dairy or anything like that to kind of make things worthwhile. Make it to where you have to come in here. Ooh, fishing supplies. You got an ATM. It's a shame that you can't, you know, they didn't make that an access point for the bank. Hey, gift shop. Thrift Me. Freya Seafood. So if you have like those fishing mods, and apparently in an upcoming DLC or update, they're going to be able to be fishing. So who knows? Looks like seafood there as well. And a post office. All right, coming down here looks like another... Hey, Duckies! Not to be confused by Buckies. But it's clearly not the same. You don't have a million gas pumps. But I do like it. It definitely fits the map. And of course, selling station, I believe, is there. Grain mill, it looks like. And then a general store. Again, I may just go a little crazy and put a bunch of sell points. Ooh, this actually does have sell points back here. Nice. This looks to be one of the other farms. Oh, they actually made this into a drive-through. A lot of times, they'll have it to where basically you just have the backyard and then it stops. It's not really set up as a drive-through. So, I do like that. I'm not a big fan of how they have these sheds, but I get it. Again, I'm not a big fan of that particular style, but again, I'm trying to keep an open mind here. So basically, when the map or the farm that we start out on is the big one. And this is definitely more of an older style setup back here, for certain. I wonder if that garage... No, that does not have an interior. I was going to be upset if they had a home over here that had an interior, but not the main one that you get. I was going to be really frustrated there for a second. But yeah, oh, wait. Okay. Sorry, I just noticed the fence. The other two... Well, mine doesn't have a fence. Does this one? This one does have a fence. Interesting. We're going to make ours have a fence here before too long then. Because why not? Nice little gravel dirt road to get through. A little bit easier than having to go to the sides and to get around here. And plus you don't have to deal with the traffic. This looks to be the animal purchase point. Along with manure and slurry, it looks like. So, yeah, not too big of a map. And I do like it. Nice little hometown feel, in my opinion. So, we're going to be working on some updates over here. And basically, I'm going to clear slate, get rid of everything over here. And we're going to be making this ours. I'm going to try to do a few things different over here. No promises, but definitely make it feel more of a bigger style farm, perhaps. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Again, we're definitely going to be buying that field there and then this one here. Because, well, it makes the most sense to buy the ones that surround us. So, I think we're going to call the video there, guys. So, as always, if you happen to like what you see or catch yourself watching more than one of my videos, please do us both a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That bell will let you be notified of every single video I post and not just select a few here and there. If you made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you and I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. So with all that being said, we will catch you next episode. So take care. Peace.